Hello students, this is Sujataga coming with our channel 10th NCERT SSC Maths with Sujataji. Welcome in our channel. Students, before half yearly exam, glance our videos. You will get 100% success in maths. चला स्टुडंट्स, आता बघूया 2.2 टॉपिक Geometrical meaning of the zeros of a polynomial. Okay? आता नेमका आपल्याला zeros of a polynomial याचा geometrical meaning काय आहे ते आपल्याला बघायचं आहे. Let us see. A real number k is a zero of the polynomial p of x if p of k is equal to 0. समजा एखादा रियल नंबर आहे आणि त्या रियल नंबरसाठी आपल्याला जर p of k is equal to 0 मिळत असेल तर तो जो पॉलिनॉमियल असेल ती जी व्हॅल्यू असेल के ची व्हॅल्यू तर ती कशी असणार आहे 0 असणार आहे. ओके, आता आपण बघूया की द जॉमेट्रिकल रिप्रेझेंटेशन ऑफ लिनियर अँड क्वाड्रॅटिक पॉलिनॉमियल्स अँड द जॉमेट्रिकल मिनिंग ऑफ देअर झिरोज. येस, आपल्याला जॉमेट्रिकल रिप्रेझेंटेशन बघायचं आहे. कुणाचं बघायचं आहे तर लिनियर पॉलिनॉमियल आणि ॲज वेल ॲज द क्वाड्रॅटिक पॉलिनॉमियल. आणि लिनियर पॉलिनॉमियल आणि क्वाड्रॅटिक पॉलिनॉमियल यांचे तुम्हाला मी डेफिनेशन्स यांचा स्टँडर्ड फॉर्म हा सुद्धा आधी सांगितलेला आहे आणि तो तुम्हाला माहिती आहे, बरोबर की नाही. आता आपण त्याच्यावरूनच आपण त्याचं जॉमेट्रिकल रिप्रेझेंटेशन काय होतं स्टँडर्ड फॉर्मवरून ते आपण बघणार आहोत. सो कन्सिडर फर्स्ट अ लिनियर पॉलिनॉमियल ax plus b where a is not equal to 0. The graph of y is equal to ax plus b is a straight line. So geometrical representation म्हणजे काय, जर आपण लिनियर पॉलिनॉमियलसाठी ग्राफ काढला सो आपल्याला तो ग्राफ काय मिळणार आहे, दॅट ग्राफ विल बी अ स्ट्रेट लाईन. तो ग्राफ आपल्याला स्ट्रेट लाईनमध्ये मिळणार आहे. पण आता ग्राफ काढायचा कसा, तर दॅट टू ड्रॉ द ग्राफ, so carry out this process, we have to find out the points. We have to find out the point at that polynomial. So suppose let us take some one example, polynomial that is y is equal to 2x plus 3. This is a polynomial in linear called as linear polynomial. So find out the point which are plot on the graph. That way here y is equal to 2x plus 3. This is our polynomial, okay, in linear polynomial, and we take that when x is equal to minus 2, then we get the value that is 2 multiplied by minus 2 plus 3. So here y is equal to 2 to the 4 minus 4 plus 3. So y is equal to minus 4 plus 3, that is y is equal to minus 1. So here for minus 2 the value of y is minus 1. Now here next point that we have to plot on the graph, that is the 2. Consider that is the 2. Suppose when x is equal to 2, then y is equal to 2 multiplied by 2 plus 3. So y is equal to 2 to the 4, 4 plus 3, that means y is equal to 7. Okay, so here we get the value of 7. So पहिल्यांदा आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे, हे पॉइंट आपण प्लॉट करून झाले, हे पॉइंट आपण काढून झाले, आपण फाइंड आउट करून झालेले आहे. मग आता काय करायचं, आता आपल्याला हे पॉइंट प्लॉट करायचे ऑन द ग्राफ. आणि जर आपण हे प्लॉट केले की आपल्याला जो ग्राफ मिळेल तो कोणत्या टाईपचा असेल तो आपण बघूया. ओके, चला बघूया. नाव फॉर -2 दॅट इज आपल्याला हा जो ग्राफ काढायचा आहे तो हा ग्राफ कसा काढायचा आहे तो सुद्धा लक्षात ठेवा. हा असा, दॅट इज ड्रॉ x o x डॅश अँड y o y डॅश अँड हिअर द 0 that is the initial point, we taken as the initial point, okay, and origin, or we say o as a origin, 0, 0. The 0, 0 are the coordinate of x and y of the origin. Okay, origin हा आणि तिथूनच y o y dash आणि x o x dash. Now points plot करा 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 here below of x axis, on the y axis that -1 -2 -3, and on the x axis left hand side of the origin there are negative numbers, that is -1 -2 -3 -4, and on the right hand side 1 2 3. Okay, so this way we draw the structure of our graph. Now the time to plot the points. Points are -2 -1 -2. Take the -2 as here. See -2, where is the -2? -2 is here. And then -2 is here, and then -1, that -1 is here. Okay, so this is our first point, that -2 -1. This is the position of our first point. Then plot the second point, and that is 2 7. 2 is here, 2 2 2 here, 2 and 7 on the y-axis. Okay, 2 on the x-axis, 7 on the y-axis, so intersection is here. So this is the position of 2 7. Okay, then we get the 2 points. This is the -2 1. This is the position of -2 1, and this is the position of 2 7. So now joining these 2 points. Now as you join these 2 points, you get the straight line, and this straight line means this is the graph, this is the type of the graph, that is a straight line graph. Okay, so for the linear polynomial always you get the straight line graph. Okay, कळला हा पॉइंट कसा आपण केलेला आहे? ओके, असा तुम्हाला पॉइंट ड्रॉ करायचा आहे. ओके, पॉइंट्स मिळवून तुम्हाला प्लॉटिंग करायचे ग्राफवर, आणि मग तो तुम्ही ड्रॉ करा. आता इथे आपण बघणार आहोत की ग्राफिकल रिप्रेझेंटेशन. सो ग्राफिकल रिप्रेझेंटेशन बघा इथे काय आहे आपल्याला. आपण जेव्हा इथे आपण बघतोय हा ग्राफ, तेव्हा या ग्राफमध्ये आपल्याला असं दिसतंय, असं लक्षात येतंय की ऑन द एक्स ॲक्सिस, सी ऑन द एक्स डॅश, या इथे ॲक्सेसवर आपल्याला असं लक्षात येतंय की जो हा स्ट्रेट लाईन आहे, ही स्ट्रेट लाईन आहे, ही स्ट्रेट लाईन इथे इंटरसेक्ट होते, या पॉइंटला इथे इंटरसेक्ट होते, बरोबर. आणि तो जो पॉइंट आहे, तो पॉइंट कुठला आहे? मिड वे ऑफ द -1 and -2. मिड वे ऑफ द -1 and -2. So that is the -3/2. -3/2. And on the, what is the y coordinate of this point? 0. So here we get the point -3/2, 0. So now here for the linear equation ax plus b, we can say that the graph is straight line. We get the graph as a straight line, and the -3/2 on the x axis, the straight line meet at this point and at this point. That means at -3/2. So that means -3/2 is the zeros of the given polynomial. -3/2 is the zero of the given polynomial. And how many zero polynomials are there for the linear equation? For the linear polynomial. आता इथे आपण जर बघितलं स्ट्रेट लाईन आहे, तर ही स्ट्रेट लाईन फक्त इथेच इंटरसेक्ट करते, फक्त दिस स्ट्रेट लाईन ओनली इंटरसेक्ट ॲट धिस पॉईंट. So we get for the linear polynomial we get only 1 zeros of the polynomial. ओके, फक्त एक आणि एकच आपल्याला इथे लिनियर पॉलिनॉमियल आपल्याला झिरोज आपल्याला मिळणार आहे लिनियर पॉलिनॉमियलचा. ओके, सो आता ही प्रोसेस आपल्याला कळली. आता आहे आपला की in general we can say that for a linear polynomial ax plus b where a is not equal to 0, the graph of y is equal to ax plus b is a straight line which intersects x-axis at exactly one point and namely minus b upon a 0. So therefore we can say that the linear polynomial ax plus b, a is not equal to 0, has exactly 1 0. For the linear polynomial we get only exactly 1 0, and that x coordinate of the point where the graph of y is equal to x plus b intersect the x axis. So जिथे x axis ला तो intersect होते एक straight line, तोच त्याचा 0 of the polynomial असेल. ओके, मग त्यासाठी तुम्हाला पहिल्यांदा पॉलिनॉमियल लिहावा लागेल. पॉलिनॉमियल लिहून त्याच्या व्हॅल्यूज तुम्हाला फाइंड आउट करायला लागतील की ज्या आपल्याला ग्राफमध्ये प्लॉटिंग करायच्या आहे. त्या व्हॅल्यूज मिळाल्या की त्या ग्राफमध्ये आपल्याला प्लॉटिंग करायच्या. ग्राफमध्ये प्लॉटिंग केल्या की जो आपल्याला ग्राफ मिळेल तो स्ट्रेट लाईनचा ग्राफ असेल. स्ट्रेट लाईन कुठे इंटरसेक्ट करते, एक्स ॲक्सिसला कुठल्या पॉईंटमध्ये इंटरसेक्ट करते ते आपल्याला बघावं लागेल आणि मग नंतर तो आपला 0 असणार आहे. ओके, now see the geometrical meaning of the quadratic polynomial. Okay, so let us take the example x square minus 3x minus 4. So now here for this polynomial we have to find out the geometrical representation. So geometrical representation आपल्याला कसं मिळेल? So first we have to plot the graph, but before plotting the graph we have to find out the coordinates of x and y. So let us take the points or the points for x to get the value of y. So now here I take the first value, that is x is equal to minus 2, and for x is equal to minus 2 y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4. So I will get the value of y from this equation. So now minus 2 square minus 3 minus 2 minus 4. So here y is equal to square of minus 2, that means 4, minus of 6, that is the product of these 3 and minus 2. So minus 4. So this way y is equal to 4 plus 6 minus 4. So now y is equal to 4 minus 4, 0, 0 plus 6, that is 0. So for x is equal to minus 2, I get the value of y as 6. Then next value x is equal to minus 1. For this value y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4. Now y is equal to minus 1 square minus 3 minus 1 minus 4. So y is equal to square of minus 1, that is the 1, minus then 3 multiply minus 1, that is minus 3 minus 4. So y is equal to 1 plus 3 minus 4. So here y is equal to 4 minus 4. So y is equal to 4 minus 4 at 0. Okay. So for x is equal to minus 1, we get the value of y as a 0. Next, take the value of x is equal to 0, then y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4. So y is equal to square of 0 minus 3 multiply 0 minus 4. So y is equal to square of 0 is 0, 3 multiply 0 is 0 minus 4. So y is equal to minus 4. Okay. So for the value of 0, I get the value of y as a minus 4. Then next one, take the value of x is equal to 1, then we get y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4. So y is equal to square of 1 minus 3 into 1 minus 4. So y is equal to square of 1 is 1, 3 ones are 1 minus 4. So y is equal to 1 minus 3, that is minus 2 minus 4, and that is y is equal to minus 6. Okay, so for x is equal to 1, we get the value of y as minus 6. Then next, for x is equal to 2, y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4. Then y is equal to square of 2 minus 3 into 2 minus 4. So square of 2 is 4, 4 minus 6 minus 4. So 4 minus 4, 0, and 0 minus 6, minus 6. So y is equal to minus 6. Okay, so 2 minus 6. Then next one, for x is equal to 3, y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4. Then y is equal to square of 2 minus 3 into 2, sorry, 3 into 3 minus 4. So square of 3 is 9, minus 3 3s are 9, minus 4. Then 9 minus 9 is 0, and then minus 4. So y is equal to minus 4. Okay. Now here the next one, that when x is equal to 4, then y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4. So that means y is equal to square of 4 minus 3 into 4 minus 4. So y is equal to square of 4, that is the 16. Minus 3 4s are 12 minus 4, that is y is equal to 16 minus 12, that is the 4. 4 minus 4, it is equal to 0. Okay. So here for the value of x, we get the value of y as 0. Then next value, take as x is equal to 5, then y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4. That means y is equal to square of 5 minus 3 into 5 minus 4. So that means y is equal to square of 5, 25, minus 3 5 is 15, minus 4. Y is equal to 25 minus 15, that is a 10. 10 minus 4, that is y is equal to 6. Okay. So this way we find the coordinates of x and y. So now after finding out this, we draw the structure of the graph and then plot these points, all these points on the graph. So first here, draw the graph as x dash. Draw the graph of x dash, y dash, and then the point 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 upper of the origin and lower of the origin, below the x-axis minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7. Okay, and on the x-axis from left hand side of the origin minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and on the right hand side of the origin 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, this way make the structure of the graph and then plot these points. Now for minus 2, 6, minus 2, 6. Okay, so here see minus 2, this is minus 2, and for minus 2, 6, 6 is here. Okay, so their intersection is here. Minus 2, minus 6, minus 2, 6. So first point is here. Now the second point, minus 1, 0. So here is the minus 1 and 0 on the x-axis. Second point is here. Third point, 0 minus 4, 0 on the x-axis and minus 4 on the y-axis. So this is the third point on the y-axis. Okay. Then हा झाला point आपल्याला. Now 1 minus 6. 1 on the x-axis and then minus 6. Minus 6 on the y-axis. So this point. This one is the fourth one. Then now fifth one, 2 minus 6. 2 minus 6 here. This point is on here. Okay. Then 3 minus 4. So here 3 minus 4 here. So this is the position of 3 minus 4. Got this? Then next one, 4, 0. 4 on the x-axis. 4 on the x-axis and 0 on the y-axis. That means here on the x-axis. This point lie on the x-axis. Then 5, 6. 5 on the x-axis, 6 on the y-axis. So this is the point. So this way there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points are there. And we plot on the graph. And then one by one you join these points. This way, starting from this point, this way, you make the curve this way. Okay, this way you get the graph. Okay, and this graph look like as this way, open upward direction graph. Okay, so now here we write the graphical representation of this observation. आता आपण त्याचं graphical representation बघूया. Now here see the graphical representation. See the table 2.1. In this table 2.1, for the value of minus 1. For the value of minus 1, we get y at 0. And for the value of 4, we get the value of y at 0. So here we say that minus 1 and 4 are the zeros of the polynomial. Minus 1 and 4 are the zeros of the polynomial. Okay, we can see from this table 2.1. And then from the graph, we say that here on the x-axis, see, on the x-axis, this is the x-axis and this is the graph. This graph intersect here on the x-axis, intersect here on the x-axis, and this point is minus 1. And also this graph intersect x-axis at this point, and this point is 4. So here we say that minus 1 and 4 are the zeros of this polynomial. So this way, for the quadratic polynomial, we get the 2 zeros of the polynomial. Okay, so this is the graphical representation of the quadratic equation of this polynomial. Okay, so now here, in general, we say that for any quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0, the graph of the corresponding equation y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c has one of the two shapes. That is either open upward like this way, look like this way, and open downward like this way. Open downward like this way and open upward like this way. Okay, and depending on whether a is greater than 0 or a is less than 0. And these two curves are called as parabolas. So these shapes are called the parabolas. Okay? And so here, so this is the representation of the graph generally. So now here from our polynomial, that minus 1, 4 are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial, and also from the figure 2.2, that is from the graph, we say that minus 1 and 4 are the x coordinates of the points where the graph y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4 intersect the x axis. So thus, the zeros of the quadratic polynomial x square minus 3x minus 4 are x coordinates of the points where the graph of y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4 intersect the x-axis. So here we say this fact is true for any quadratic polynomial, that is the zeros of a quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, a not equal to 0 are precisely the coordinates of the points where the parabola representing y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c intersect the x-axis. Okay, clear this point? From our observation earlier about the shape of the graph of y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, the following three cases can happen. Okay, so the first one case, the graph curves x-axis at two distinct points, a and a dash. See, for that purpose, you see these two figures. Okay, here the graph, if you draw the graph, then this graph cut x-axis at this point and this point. Okay, so the first point, this point is called as A. Okay, या पॉइंटला हा इंटरसेक्ट झालाय, so cut at this point and as well as cut at this point, and that is the A dash. This point is called A and this point is A dash. So the coordinates of A and A dash are the two zeros of the quadratic polynomials ax square plus bx plus c in this case. Also we can say that if this is the downward, open downward parabola, okay, and here the parabola but upward open, open upward side. So here also A and A dash. Okay, that means there are the two distinct points where the graph curves. Where the graph is, this is the graph, this is the graph, and this is the x-axis. Okay, so this way, this is the first case that we get the two zeros of the polynomial. Now see the second case. This one is the second case where the graph cuts x-axis at exactly one point, that is at two coincident points, and so the 2 points A and A dash of case 1 coincide here to become one point A. So here see only that the graph cuts the x-axis at one point. So here see, this is the x-axis and this is the graph. So this means we get exactly 1 0 of this case. So here in this case, this is the graph, this is the x-axis, and here cut the graph at only one point. So there is only 1 0 of this quadratic polynomial in this case. And here we say that the x coordinate of A is the only 0 for the quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c in this case. Now let us see the third case. What is the third case? the graph is either completely above the x-axis or completely below the x-axis. Above the x-axis and below the x-axis. So these are the graphs. Okay. So it does not cut the x-axis at any point. This is the graph which do not cut at x-axis. Here also this is the graph. It do not cut at the x-axis. So here we can say the quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c has no zero in this case. So in this condition there is no zero. So this way we can say the geometrically that a quadratic polynomial can have either two distinct zeros or two equal zeros or no zeros. So this also means that a polynomial of degree 2 has at most two zeros. At most two zeros. MCQच्या लेवलला हा क्वेश्चन महत्त्वाचा आहे. ओके. सो दीज आर द 3 केसेस. समजले इथे? Students, thanks for watching our videos of 10th NCERT Maths. Keep watching our videos continuously. We are sure that you will get 100% success in Maths. So, like and subscribe our videos